Hello, everybody. I think I'm live. There I am. I'm live. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody in the high performer coaching community. Today is day 3. Oh my God, I was about to say 2. Today is day 3 of the self-made masterclass, and I am so excited about today. Today's topic, today's teaching, today's really conversation is dear to my heart, and I'm so excited. And when you're hopping on, let's see who we have live. Hello. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. I can't see comments right now. So when you're hopping on, say hello. I can see viewers. Yay, there we go. Okay, good. Hi, Sherry. Hello, Jamie. Jamie, thank you. Oh, Sherry and Jamie, you guys just wrote the sweetest post. And I was like, such a having an off moment for a second there, and then I see the most beautiful messages, and I'm like, oh, I love you guys. I love this work. You guys just motivate me and fire me up even more. I'm so excited too. I'm really excited about today's call. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Deanna. I'm so excited for all of you jumping in the social media program. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I haven't done a new program in I think a year, so I'm so excited. And then the next one's a new one too, so I love it. I'm so excited for everybody that's jumping in. And I am going to talk more about the stuff that's coming at the end of this call and then during the giveaway. So just a reminder, you guys can still enter the draw leading up to Sunday. I will say, yes, till Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to cut off the draw time because I like to write all the names out and put them in the bucket, and then we're going to pull some names. So you still have a chance to win a tuition. And then, how many times you have shared or tagged, or not tagged, but shared and tag me on social media. I'm going to put you in the draw. But I am so excited today. So today is day 3, and today's conversation is dear to my heart. Now, I want to talk to you about being a coach. I want to talk to you about the mentor identity. So yes, today's call is a little more tailored to the coaches, or the people that, not just coaches, but people who lead people, like if you're a manager, if you run a team, so coaches, business coaches, even MLM leaders, network uplines, you guys are coaching people. So whether you see it that way or not, you are a mentor. Anytime that you're leading people, you're a mentor, you're a coach. But it doesn't matter if you never want to be a coach or you're not a coach, it's not something you've ever thought about. Trust me that being here in this live is still going to benefit your life, because the mentor identity, in my opinion, is one of the most life-changing identities that you can have. You don't have to mentor in the way that you're coaching private clients, but just being able to be a leader of people, leader of leaders, is so life-changing. And this mentor identity will change your life. So I'm going to really talk about that. So it doesn't matter if you don't want to ever be a coach. This is going to be a really important conversation, okay? And I truly believe that living a very mentor-forward identity is the gateway to living your best life. I believe that with my whole heart. Walking with this coaching identity in my life, it's improved the quality of my life in every single area of my life. So when you're a coach, and when you're a mentor, and when you're a leader and you're leading people, your mission is literally dedicated to consistent evolution and mastery of self. This is the way to living a best life. So again, you don't have to be a coach for this conversation, but if you're interested in living your best life and being the kind of person that leads your family, your team, your employers, this is going to be a really incredible conversation, especially if you are looking to be a very self-mastered person. And in my opinion, if you want it all, you have to have mastery of self. You have to have radical self-leadership. And this is what this whole masterclass is about, right? Really being self-led, really being radically self-led. All ownership on us. Whatever we want to get, it's on us to get there, right? So if you don't want to be a mentor, I'm just going to talk about having this identity, because it's really guaranteed to improve every single area of your life. And just out of curiosity, let me know, hashtag replay, and let me know who's live here. Who here is a coach, and who here is wanting to be a coach? Yesterday spilled that, I'm going to be launching a coach program. I have a name for it. I did an actual shoot because I didn't like the photos that I had that were the vibe that I wanted for this program. So that's why there's no branding, but you're going to be able to buy it because my beautiful VA, Annie, she's making links right now, and I have some bundles and exclusive deals just for you guys in this masterclass. So stay tuned. We're going to be either posting that today or possibly tomorrow, because I just basically shot her a message with the pricing and what I wanted to add, and there's just new things. I love my team because of my VA, because she knows me, and my whole business is so intuitive. I just I get inspired by ideas. Some of the teachings and things that I come up with that people love the most, I literally have woken up in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh my God, this is the best idea, and I'll grab my notebook and write it down. Everything's intuitive. And I think that's why it works so much, because it's really like, oh my God, this is something people need to hear. And I do it in that energy. We talked a lot about yesterday, right? Like the energy that you post things in, the energy that you show up is everything. It's not about what you do. It's about who you are when you're doing it, when you're certain and you're passionate and you're excited and you know that this is the best code. You just launch things and people buy because they feel your energy, right? And sales is really like an exchange of confidence, an exchange of enthusiasm, right? So I am gonna be launching a coach program, which is gonna be after the social media program is done. And it's going to really, this is a big program. This is gonna be 2 months long. And I'm gonna teach you how to be, first of all, self-led. So I'm giving you guys a bonus program, which I'll announce later. But you're gonna learn to first be self-led, because you cannot lead anybody if you cannot lead yourself. That is the truth. If you can't get yourself to do things, you cannot be a mentor. So I'm going to teach you how to first be self-led, how to clean up your energy, whatever's going on, so that you're self-led, you're self-mastered. And then I'm going to teach you how to coach people. And for mind-blowing results in the way that I teach, in the way that I structure everything, then I'm going to teach you how to build a multiple six-figure and beyond online business, working maybe 4 hours max a day while having it all. The body, the relationships, the family, and all the other things that you want to do. Because truly, a true mentor, a true coach, has a high quality of life. That's why people hire us, to teach them, how do you do that? Because I want to have time to go to the gym. I want to have time to have family time. I want to have time with my man. I want to also have time to make a lot of money, to make impact, to do all the things that I want to do. Because we get to have it all. We get to do it all. And I'm going to teach you how to do that, right? But I believe that a coach is the most fulfilling thing that you could be, because it's a career that is about bettering yourself. And truthfully, I don't think there's a better one out there. I think finally in this industry, in my industry, we are finally seeing women get paid what they deserve. And it's so beautiful to watch. I want to teach you how to grow a coaching business so that you can have more time freedom, so that you can have more money, so that you can be self-expressed, buy whatever you want, look the way you want, and have the highest quality of life, while also changing people's life, which is oh my God, you know what that does to your soul? When I read your testimonials, guys, when I read my clients' messages and they have breakthroughs, oh my God, it lights me up like a firecracker. I love what I do. And if this is something that you've ever wanted to do, I want to teach you how to do it. Especially if you've always been that kind of person that's always been the person that has, you give advice to people, everyone comes to you. If this is something that's resonating, we're going to have a really awesome conversation. This program is going to be amazing for you. And even if you're already coaching and doing the thing, if you want to get better at it and you want to learn how to make programs and create money and have fun, this is the program for you. I'm really excited. But first, the first thing we're doing is a social media program. And that coach program is going to include that, because we got to nail this down. We have to nail this down, okay? This is the most important thing. If people don't know who we are, there's no brand recognition. We don't understand the energetics. We don't understand how to connect people, how to write copy, all of that. Doesn't matter how incredible you are and what gifts and branding you have, it will not land until you master the social media program. That's why I'm including it in this bundle. There's gonna be a couple bundles, and I'll talk about them at the end, okay? So a true mentor, the reason we hire mentors is because they have the thing that we want. They're being the thing that we want. They're doing the thing we want. They have the high quality of life, right? And it's so wild, because financially what's happening in this industry that I'm in is it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense what coaches are making online. The coaching industry right now is worth billions of dollars. And in my belief, it's the greatest profession that you could have, because while you're making money, you are dedicated to becoming a better version of yourself. So while you become a better version of yourself, people hire you and you get compensated for that. I don't know what's better. This is my dream job that I always wanted as a kid. I'm how do I get paid doing what I like while I'm learning and growing and becoming better? Here it is. This is the time right now. And it's so beautiful, because women are naturally gifted at this, and we're finally being paid what we deserve. That's why I'm really excited about the coaching industry. So everything that you do to make yourself better ends up making you a lot of money because you get compensated for helping people do that too. Just by being proximity to someone who has a lot of high standards, a high quality of life, automatically raises your standards. Being a coach and mentor it's not about being the best. It's about everybody around you becoming their best. When you walk around the planet with the kind of intention that you're being your best in every single moment, everything that you do from that place makes you wealthier. When you're heart-led, you're being the highest version of yourself, everything you do makes you money. When you're happy, like super happy, just wake up happy, it will make you wealthier. When your relationships are thriving, you will be wealthier. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Deanna. Hello, Sherry. Okay, I think I said hi to you guys. So when you carry the mentor identity, you are someone that is self-led. The people who are the most self-led in this world are the people that are most sought out. They are the most sought out for people who need leadership. And a lot of people need leadership. Especially now more than ever, people need leadership. Coaches and mentors, I believe, are going to be the artists of this era. I do believe that. Our work on the planet shifts people. Our business is centered around human potential. Being a coach, your business is centered around human potential and human connection. Like, the coaching industry is so much based on real, deep connections with people. It's based on emotions. It's based on potential. The coaching industry is new and it's growing at hyperspeed. And women are finally, again, being paid for for their value. Women have been paid less historically because our natural gifts have been given to us, and because we haven't proved them with a piece of paper or a credential, like the old paradigm says that we shouldn't be paid that much money because it comes naturally to us to help people mentally, physically, spiritually. In the old paradigm, most careers are you're paid by your credentials and your education and your status and your name. But when you have a natural gift to heal someone, to help someone become self-mastered, to help them improve some quality of their life, like when you don't go to school for that, and because it was something that was given to you from God, source, universe, something you just worked on personally, the old paradigm says that you should be doing that for free. I know so many spiritual healers that aren't even paid at all. They're not even charging what they're worth at all, or sometimes they're doing things for free because the old paradigm says, how dare you charge for something that has been given to you? You should be giving that for free. Why? Right? Why? Why do we have to do things like that for free? Like, because we didn't have to work, and hustle with a traditional masculine way? Because we don't have proof that we were educated in it, because it comes naturally to us, so we should just like give it for free? That's being shifted so much right now, and it's so amazing to watch, because healing someone, helping someone improve their quality of life, helping them make money, helping them have a better relationship, finding love, loving themselves to get health, that has so much value. When you improve one area of like someone's life, they make more money. When you're happy and your relationships are amazing, your career is going to be amazing. So why can't we charge that, right? When someone tells me like, oh, $1,000 is really expensive for a program to fix my marriage or fix my self-esteem or confidence, that's a lot. Well, then I just think, I guess you don't see the value of having a happy marriage and being super confident, because I see the value in that. And all of that makes you more successful and happy. Yeah, whenever one area of our life improves and your quality of life is better, like you're happier, you're more successful, you're confident, you're more successful. So coaches and mentors, we don't get paid paid based on the hour. We get paid based on the value that we provide. And coaches and mentors save the two biggest currencies, time and money. If I can help you do something in half the time, why wouldn't I charge for that? If I'm going to help you grow a 6-figure business, why wouldn't I take a percentage of that? If it took me 2 years to figure out how to make a 6-figure business and I help you collapse time around that in a few months, in a few conversations, like that's going to make you more money, like insane growth faster than I did, why wouldn't I charge for that, right? But the old paradigm says we shouldn't, because it came naturally to us. We should just give it for free. No. This industry is finally allowing women to get paid for what they deserve. We do great work in the world, guys. Now, again, you don't have to desire to be a coach, but hang around in this live because I'm going to talk about a code that's really important for all of us because all of us should be improving our quality of life. And I want to talk about the code of being a student of life, which is the most important code because, okay, I'm here. Okay, beautiful. Because what brings us the most amount of happiness and fulfillment is our growth and our evolution. It's our becoming. That's why humans are here. Humans are literally wired for evolution. This whole, like, if your health is good and everything else is good in your life, but you're constantly depressed, you have no zest for life, you don't want to get up in the morning, I truly believe a lot of depression comes from the fact that we're not evolving. It's like after school, we stop growing and then we just settle. And that's not what the human spirit is here. The human spirit and humans are wired for evolution. Hello, babe. It's 1:12 a.m. in the Philippines. Oh my God, you're incredible. Jamie, you motivate us so much. I'm so grateful. I love you. I love you. I love you guys so much. We are wired for we're wired for evolution, guys. But when we stop learning after school's done, and we settle, we stop learning, we stop growing, we start dying. Like quite literally, when you stop learning, you stop reading and learning things, do you actually realize that your neural pathways, like you're not growing any new ones? You start to actually lose your intelligence. This is why a lot of older people, when they retire and they stop doing nothing, they stop seeing people, stop being social, stop learning, stop reading, and they just sit themselves in front of a TV and do nothing. Their cognitive sharpness highly declines. Like you lose your intelligence. When you stop using something, it's true, you start losing it. Hello, beautiful Katie, right? Like when we stop adapting and evolving, we get depressed and we actually start dying. And Charles Darwin said, it's not the strongest and most successful, the strongest species that survives. It's the one that's most adaptable to change that is the most successful. But very few of us, we do things past our comfort zone after school. Very few of us continue to be a student life, continue to learn past school. Unless it's mandatory and you have to have a training by your employer or your boss or you need something for your career, most people stop learning. They just stop learning. Very few people continue learning and doing self-development. Very few people try to go figure out what's still my full potential at any age. When I got into self-development during my biggest void, not sleeping, the postpartum depression, all the things, oh my gosh, I dove into self-development, spirituality, and the reason I'm here is because I started to learn things, and I started, I've always kind of been a student of life, but mostly doing the kind of school that I needed to get the degree, to do the thing that you know what I mean? We had to do that. We didn't know this industry existed, that we could be, create whatever we want, right? But so I went to school, right? And when I went through my void, I was like, I need to fix what's going on with me because it's not normal to live with depression every day. It's not normal to be anxious every day. It's not normal to be happy and bored every day. That is not normal at all. That's not. And so when you're healthy and nothing else is going on and you're depressed, it's because you've stopped evolving. We have to keep growing. So when I got into self-development, I started to learn things. I started to learn things from Dr. Dispenza, Tony Robbins, all kinds of people. And I started to apply it. And then they started transforming my life. My mindset started changing, my energy started changing. I got addicted and I was like, oh my God, if only people knew that they could heal themselves with this work, with these principles, with these ideas. And and I was so obsessed. I'm like, why are people learning this? All of us could be happy and healed and living our best life, right? So then I got so motivated. And then when I saw that the coaching industry was out there, I started to share my work on social media. Let me know in the comments if this was also you. If you got into self-development and maybe because you got in MLMs, and a lot of people that get MLMs, they start doing self-development too, and now you want to help people because you're learning things and it's shifting in you and you're like, I want to help people. You get really excited, right? I get so excited when something changes in my life. I'm like, the world needs to know. And so here I am, right? That desire to be a mentor is there for you if you are the type that's been learning things and then you've been shifting and now you want to teach people. Me, I am a coach just getting started at it. Yes, it's amazing, right? So This is just awesome. So if you already feel that, that's amazing. Right? But the most important piece, guys, this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about being a student of life today. The most important piece of helping anyone and growing, and helping people evolve and heal. Yes, all babe. Hello, Marzena. That's super exciting. Looking forward to it. That's amazing. So, the most important piece to actually be someone that helps people, guys, and to help people like grow wildly successful businesses is that you have to be an integrated, embodied student first. Yes, yes, yes. I'm all in. Yes. The biggest issue that I see in the coaching industry, and again, this like applies to MLMs because you guys are helping people grow their business, like you are coaching people. So the biggest issue I see in the industry of mentorship is that people learn something. Hi, Scarlett. People learn something, it blows their mind, and then they start telling everybody. And they start posting about it, but they haven't yet integrated it and they haven't yet embodied it. And this is the issue, and this is why people are like, why am I not getting clients? Like, why isn't it working? Because people know if you're embodied and integrated. Your energy is felt, guys. Everything is felt. So until what you preach has worked for you, people don't hear you. You can share your medicine that you learned. Oh my God, I learned this thing. It's the amazing thing in the world. But if you haven't taken that medicine first and you're telling people to fix their lives with this medicine, but you haven't received it, but you're just like, it blew your mind, you're not doing the actual work for you. You're not actually integrating it. This is why you don't get clients. Yes. Oh my goodness. I run, as you guys can tell, a very energetic business. Like even my strategy is like pretty much energetic strategy too. And I constantly attract people into my life, but it's not based on the strategy. It's based on who I am. Because it's really like that. It's not what you do that matters. It's who you are being when you do it that matters. So if you haven't embodied the thing that you sell, the service you provide, the code you're sharing, that's amazing because it just blew your mind. If you haven't taken your own medicine, then you cannot with complete certainty and confidence declare, I have the best medicine, I have the best code, buy it, buy it, buy it. Just because you heard it and it blew your mind. You're never going to be on that frequency of confidence and certainty, and people can tell. Because how can you really be confident and certain about selling something and telling people about this amazing medicine if you haven't taken it yourself? There's always going to be that doubt and hesitation because it's like, I technically don't really do this thing that I talk about, but I've seen it work for others and I heard about it and it blew my mind and I'm going to share it, right? You can't be on the frequency of certainty and confidence, and people can feel that. Like when you're embodied in the thing that you learn, the medicine, the code, whoever you learn it for, it changed your life. There is no hesitation. There's no hesitation when you talk. There is no hesitation when you put down offers. There is no hesitation, no doubt, no wobble with your message. There is no hesitation or wobble with your prices. When you have actually received the medicine that you sell and it's changed you, you stand in your power and full confidence around your offers and your prices. Yes, they do. I'm going to talk about it all. I know the details are just finalizing. Like I said, energetic, but it's going to be about 2 months. It's a program it's going to have a hybrid mastermind. And I'll talk about it, but I'll talk about it at the end. Okay. So when you really integrate the things that you have learned and you take your own medicine and you actually embody the code, the service, and you know it works, there's no doubt in your sales process. There's no doubt. There's no hesitation. There's no wobbleness in your process, in your marketing, in your message, because you know you take it, you've embodied it, and it freaking changed your life. This is why with confidence, I don't hesitate with my prices, with my message, with my offer. I'm like, my shit is amazing. Whatever I say, I'm like, I overpromise and I freaking overdeliver because it's worked for me. And now that I work with so many one-on-one clients, I see it working for them. So I can, without wobble, be like, this program's amazing, and I don't have to give you a whole bunch of fluffy sales posts. There is no wobble, and people feel that. I get to just say I'm launching something, and people come into my world and are like, give me the link. This is how it works. When you take your own medicine and it's changed your life, you don't hesitate, and people can feel that certainty. Remember, we've been talking a lot about the certainty frequency. That is the thing people feel from everything you do. I can tell when I go online which coaches are really doing the work and which ones are not embodied. And if I can tell, everyone can tell. The frequency of certainty magnetizes people. You cannot embody it if you're not taking your own medicine and you're embodying the code that you preach is amazing. Embodiment is the energetic that thing that people feel. It's not something you write with copy. It's not something you can explain. It's an energy that people feel. They don't need to read long sales posts and long sales pages, and they don't need a sales call. They feel your certainty. This girl is my girl. And that's why embodied coaches and mentors make so much money with complete ease and a lot of it. And I truly believe in universal protection. And that is the universe will shield you from potential clients until you're the embodiment of what you preach, of what you sell. Because is it really fair that the universe is going to send people who need leadership in something that you're not leading yourself in? So this is the truth. So if you're a coach and it's not been working, really check in with yourself. Like, are you really embodied? Because it's not fair that the universe is going to send you people and take your money if you aren't doing the thing, if you haven't gotten the results in the thing that you sell, in the code, in the medicine. There is something called universal protection. If your potential client was a fly on the wall, would they be proud to have you as your coach? This is like next level leadership question that you need to ask yourself. If my best client was a fly on the wall, would they be proud? Would they be proud of you? Would they be proud to have you as their coach? So the code that I really want to talk to you guys about before you can be a successful mentor, a coach, a leader, is that you first have to be the best freaking student. If you want to be the best coach, you must be the best student first. It's not just about learning from other mentors. It's about, are you also a student of your own life? Like, you gotta live. If you're a mentor and a coach, or you want to be a mentor or coach, you gotta live so intentionally. You gotta be a student of life. You gotta be learning. You gotta be growing through your stories, through your life experiences. The best coaches that I know, that I admire, are coaches with stories. For me, what I know helps my clients and all of you, and helps you collapse time around your results, is that the codes that I share with you, I tell you a story that comes with it because I've walked through it. That's why I don't have doubt when people come to me and they've gone through something I've gone through. I'm like, girl, you're fine. You are fine. I got you. So ask yourself this. If you're a coach or a mentor, you want to lead people, you want to coach, you want to be a mentor, how much introspection do you really do in your life? Do you do it daily, weekly, yearly? How much intentional focus do you have when you are learning? So being an amazing student means you are hyper-focused when you're learning. Because I see people jumping into programs, I'm reading a million books. I'm watching them for years. I know certain people, and they're all, in every program, hired every coach, read every single book, go at every single event, and nothing's changed in their life. And I wonder, how are they actually learning? Are they just like, give me things so I know stuff? Or are you taking it and actually embodying it and putting it towards your life and actually using the thing? Like, how focused are you when you're learning? How focused are you right now? How are you sitting when you learn? How do you listen? Are you on your phone right now, like while I'm talking, trying to do something else? Or are you here, hyper-focused, having a conversation with me? Are you really present and listening and engaging? Or are you just here and doing other things and thinking about what you got to do later? Are you hyper-focused? Because being hyper-focused is a gift, and very few people have it in the world now. Like, are you super focused right now? When you're learning, when you're taking a program, when you're reading a book, when you're taking notes, are you there? Are you learning like the best student that you could be? How present are you when you're learning things? Hyperfocus is a superpower. Hello, Mima. Hello, beautiful. How well do you actually listen? And like, how well do you set yourself up for success? Oh my God, preach. This is next level conversations. If you were a client of mine and you've taken any programs, I see Mima's here and Sariel, I know there's a few of you here. If you're a client of mine and you've taken my programs, what are the first things that I talk about in the welcome call? What's like one of your first homework? create a space. Create a space for you to learn, to be focused in, for you to actually integrate the program. I actually also tell everybody on my welcome calls in every single program, you need to clean up your space, and you need to probably clean up your house, because it's proven that clutter creates a scattered brain. And like a scattered brain gets very anxious and doesn't get anything done. So you could be sitting here listening to me, but if you're surrounded by a mess, it's like, I guarantee you're not hyper focused. You're missing things. And when you're missing things, things cannot land. So in my welcome calls, I tell all my clients, I feel so pulled to being a coach. Yes, 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 yes. It's a sign. It's a sign. So what I tell all my ladies in our program, and now I'm telling you, anytime that you are going to be learning, if you're going to be journaling, if you're going to be doing introspection, if you're going to be learning on a program, whatever it is, or you need to be in a space that is clean and clear. Otherwise, you're going to have anxiety. It's going to be all scattered. And then you're listening and paying for things and they're not landing, and you're blaming people that they're not helping you, when really, radical responsibility. Did I set myself up for success? Am I really here and present? Or am I on my phone and then really my eyes are looking around my room and it's so freaking messy, my brain literally cannot focus. I get literally anxious when there's shit everywhere. Like I can't focus at all. I can't, like nobody can. It's actually proven scientifically you cannot focus when you're surrounded by clutter. So even right now, what are you doing? Are you watching programs and your kids are running around? Like, do you need to hire a babysitter, or do you need to ask your husband, your partner to watch the kids so you can go sit in your car? Like I've had clients go sit in their car just so that it could be me and them, so things can land. I want to help you collapse time faster around things, but you can't if you're not set up for success. So going forward, being a best student means that you're going to set yourself up for success circumstantially too. Clean up your space, create a high vibe place to actually focus and listen so you're not distracted. Because when you're around messy things, you cannot focus. Learn something every day. Yes. Intentional hyper-focus is a superpower. And it's one of the most important pieces to being an exceptional student, which then leads to being an embodied exceptional mentor. You're sitting there in clutter, you're on your phone, you're thinking about your grocery bill, you're thinking about dinner, what you got to do next. Your experience of this training is going to feel like every school lesson that you took or every program that you took, where you're going to tell me you have a bunch of notes, but nothing really shifted in your life. Think about this. I don't know what kind of students you guys were in school, but I'll tell you, the students that sit in front of the class have a very different experience than the students that sit in the back. And I'm not obviously saying that every single student that sits in the back is not present, but I would say like in the 90% percentile, they aren't. Because I know that only in the classes that I sat in the back were the classes that I didn't care for, that they were boring, and I was zoning out and doing other things. But when I wanted to learn, I sat in the front, away from people, and I'm like, I am here. Like super intense. I go to Tony Robbins, I'm like, I can't talk to anybody right now, I need to focus. But that's how I learn. I'm letting things hit me. And people are like taking notes, talking to people, doing things. Oh, I just went to another event and didn't help me. He must not be good. No. How focused were you? Every single investment that I have made since I decided this is going to be my vocation, my career, every coach I hired, every program that I took, every event that I went, even books that I read, I make sure I'm set up for success, and I make sure that I'm hyper-focused when I'm learning. I always declare I'm going to be the best student. Before like the pandemic, like I said, like I went to Tony Robbins events and like other events, Gabby Bernstein, I'm sitting up front and I would listen like this was going to be the thing that changed my life. And when you have an intentionality like this, guys, when you have an intention that like I am the best student in this goddamn room and this thing that I'm about to hear is going to change my life, it ends up actually changing your life because you're so fully present that you actually let the things hit you. I didn't sit and just take notes. This is why, even if you guys noticed, even in all my programs, I even think I said in this masterclass, I said like just for the first time that you ever listen to me, don't write notes, because while you're writing notes, I'm talking, you're missing things and it's not the same. And your brain does this weird thing that like once you are going back to re-listen to something, once it hears something, it's not the same. We don't transform when we're writing things. we transform when there's an emotion that happens. And the emotion happens when you're so hyper focused and you let something land with you. That's where you're sometimes like you hear something, you're like, oh my God, and it changes everything. So you can take notes. Obviously, take notes. Good students take notes, but they take notes after. Like, yes, in an event, you can write things, but you can also, like, I don't take notes later and you can go read the book that they sell, right? But, like, listen, hyper focus, and with the intentionality of, like, I am the best student here, and this thing that I'm about to learn is going to change my life. When you have an intention like that, it actually lands, and it does. Yana says, go for it. That would be, what would you be teaching? Yeah, let me know what kind of coaches you guys want to be. We could be the coaches that teach everything. You could be niche. It doesn't matter. I'm going to teach you in this coach program. It has an awesome name, but this coach program that you can be niched out or you can teach it all. But you got to be embodied. This is why I'm going to take you through a process of you being the best student first. Okay? It's going to be incredible, right? So when I sit and I'm about to learn something and I've made an investment, I have the intentionality that this thing is going to change in my life. I'm fully there in my energy, in my mindset, in my intention, and I'm like, this is going to change me. And I integrate so much faster. Like, and then later, I'll take notes. Once in a while, I'll hear something, I scribble something, but then I apply it. Hi, Kelly. Hello, Brandy. When you're learning a code, right? You learn something that someone just told you and you're like, that is genius. Oh my God. You feel an emotion. I know I do that a lot with a lot of people. They're like, oh my God. But then you take it and you actually go all in on it and you apply it and you tweak it your way and you see if it really works. Like, then you're embodied. Then you're allowed to go talk about it and teach about it. And then nobody has that like feeling of like, there's something off with her. That's why sometimes you see people, they have like so many followers, likes, great branding, like incredible posts, but there's just like something about this girl. I don't know. I can't click with that. It's because like they're doing all the external stuff, but on the internal stuff, they know something, they're talking about something, but they haven't embodied it. And people hire mentors that are embodied. And embodied mentors are the integrated student. There will never be any sort of hesitation or wobble when you talk about your offers and prices. That's another thing where we have issues with selling is because of the way that we're communicating, the way when we're laying down our offers and prices, there's hesitation in there. And there's hesitation because you learned something, it's amazing, but you haven't actually taken that medicine and embodied it and lead yourself in that life. And that's why you hesitate. But will it change people? Like Tony Robbins said it will, and his friends said it will, and all the things, but I haven't really tried it. And that's where you wobble, and people feel that energy from you, right? And then some people, they project on coaches and on Tony Robbins, I spent all this money and nothing worked for me. How did you show up for the call? Were you really there listening and then applying it to see if it actually works for you? Being able to listen intentionally and then actually going in and applying it in your life will change your life at hyperspeed. But we don't do that. We're just like, that's amazing. I have notes. And then you put your notebook away. What's the next thing? Oh, there's another shiny coach. Oh, there's another shiny book. And you just keep going, going, going. I don't move on until I've integrated something, tried it. Does this work? This is amazing. How do I want to tweak it? I'm going to do it better. Okay, let's go. If you're in this group, I already know that you're in self-development. I already know that you're possibly an entrepreneur, but you're for sure in self-development. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be in this Facebook group. So I know that you learn and you love learning, right? But are you taking the time to actually embody it, to actually sit there introspection, right? Because if not, and you're moving through things all the time over and over again, and you're projecting, oh my God, this doesn't work, it's just like, are you a student? Are you the best student? Right? Because if you can, and here's the thing too, if you're a coach and a mentor, like your number one job is to listen. Your reputation as a mentor or coach will slip away if your client is talking to you and you're like, no, that's not what I said, and they don't remember things, and you can tell that your coach is not listening. Like, it will not work, right? Like, your first job as a mentor and coach is to listen. And if you can't listen to people, and if you can't listen when you're learning, of course nothing lands. You just know stuff. If you can't nail the listening part and be really present and focused, everything you touch is just another thing, another program, another book, another event, another blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you gotta focus. You gotta nail the listening, right? And this code is so important. The reason I'm talking about this is like your little pre-work to this program, because there's gonna be so much we're gonna talk about in this program. But it's so important to understand being an integrated, incredible student that can listen, that can be intentional, that's set up for success. Because if you want to come into my paid containers, I don't hold back. And it's live. And it's like, I know the clients that are showing up, engaging, doing homework, engaging in the group, they're integrating, they're doing the work, they're the ones that collapse time. But the people that I don't see ever, I don't see them. And it's just like, where are you? And I get it. Sometimes you want to do your own thing. I know some people join my programs and want to do their own thing, but like, are you doing the work? Yes, I follow a holistic psychologist on IG. I love her. Self Healers is a movement. It is. She's incredible. And she talks so much about the things that I believe in too. Right? So she's amazing. And her book's really amazing too. I forget what it's called, but I got to find it. I think it's Heal? No, something else. But she's amazing. I think I have it on a book list actually in my Facebook group, in this group, right? So how well do you listen? How well do you set yourself up? And like, here's the thing too. People think that like, oh my God, I need to be like learning for hours a day. No, you don't. You don't. But even if you're a person that maybe you have a scattered brain, I get very scattered sometimes and I'm busy, but like if I'm going to plug into something, you know what I do? I put a timer on and I say to myself, okay, I'm going to listen to this for 15 minutes undistracted. And if my brain starts being distracted, I go away. Because a lot of people, like, they force themselves, but then they're like on their phone, they're doing other things, and it's just like you're watching things, you're listening to things, and it's like nothing is landing. You gotta be focused, you gotta be present, you gotta be there. You gotta really listen, or I think nothing's gonna ever land. And I wanna help you collapse time really quickly so you get results really quickly. But the first thing you gotta nail, even if you're gonna come in my programs, is like be a best student, because I teach so many codes. Like I drop things like every 10 minutes, and you'll be missing things if you're not here with me. Right? You could spend every single day reading things, listening to podcasts, right? Like, but if you're not there, then you're just learning. You just know stuff. You're the person that knows stuff. All right? But I share real codes in my paid programs. Like, I don't do fluffy things. I don't feed you commercials in between my calls. I don't waste time talking about things to make my calls longer. Like, if you're present and focused with me and you're having this conversation and it's literally me and you sitting in your living room, I know I'm not with you, but if you act like this is it and what your intention is, this girl's gonna change my life, and you're there with this intentionality, you're going to collapse time at hyperspeed. It will land so much faster. But again, like I could give you every juicy success code. I could bring my best energy, but if you don't bring your presence, you don't bring focused attention, you're not set up for success, all you're going to have is notes like you do from everything else. Like just the same way that you took notes in the boring classes, right? The people who get fast results, who become the best mentors, are the most focused, hyper-focused, integrated students. They're the people that quantum lead. That's why some people are like, how did this girl just quantum lead? Because she's there listening. Like, this is going to change my life. We all want to have success, but we don't fully invest our energy to learn it and integrate it. 100%. I don't want you to come in my world and then you tell people that you have all these notes and then you try to go teach people things, but you're not even doing it yourself. I want you to be an embodied student. I want it to be something that is who you are. This is why I run my programs live. This is why some of my signature programs, they're not giving lifetime access, because I want you to treat it like this is the last time I'm going to hear it. When you treat something like it's the last time you're going to hear it, you're going to be so focused. When I tell you something is lifetime access, the percentage of lifetime access courses and programs are so freaking small. And I'm not kidding you. Like, all my programs, I feel like they're at 100%, because I hear from most of the people that take my programs and how they've like shifted things, and they give me the most incredible testimonials. Like, they're there, they're learning, they're engaged. But you can't teach people and be an incredible mentor if you just know stuff, right? Because if all you do is just teach what you know, then you are just a teacher. You're not a mentor. A mentor is someone that is embodied in this. They walk their talk. It is who they are. right? But if you just teach what you know, then you're just a teacher. And I think there's nothing wrong with that, but there's different levels of coaches, right? There are just coaches that teach things, and there's coaches who are embodied in it, but they get paid way more, right? It's just kind of like, if you can't make it in acting, then you're going to end up teaching acting. If you can't play professional hockey, then you're going to probably coaching it, teaching it, right? But until what you know, you embody it and innovate it, you're a coach in the making. There is such a different, absolutely, there's such a different energy about people who are perpetual learners, always wanting to know the best thing, always wanting to know what's the new modality, the hack, the leading edge, always integrating it fully, trying to like innovate it, make it better. Those are the people that get paid the most. Those are the people that are the most sought out after. And then there's people who are just like learning things, but just to know things, just to pass a test, just to go through the curriculum. Helen says, so me. Jay said, yes, 100% what happened to me. There's a different energy between people who are perpetual learners, where they're like, I want to know the best things out there from the best people, and then they integrate it, versus like, I just know stuff. Yeah, everybody can know stuff. I can Google, know a bunch of shit too, and read that off and copy and paste it. But you're never going to get paid the same. Not like a mentor gets paid. Mentors and coaches that are embodied get paid the most because they're walking their talk, and you know it and you feel it, and you're watching them behind the scenes being, doing, having what you want. I am a student for life. I'm a student of life for life. And that's what's going to make me always an incredible mentor. I'm a student first, an integrated student, then I'm an exceptional mentor. I started learning to practice CBT before getting an MLN. This is where I'm headed. Oh, amazing. Who here is a student of life? I don't learn things to know them so that I can just tell people things I know. I learn it so I can be the best testimonial of it. I'm always looking for the leading edge of things. I'm hyper-focused. When I invest, I'm freaking all in. I sit with myself after. I do introspection. I'm a student of my own life. And because of that ability, that's why I don't need credentials. I walk my talk and people know it. They feel it from me and they see it. It's not about what you know, about the thing you know. It's what is it actually doing for you? It's not about what you know. It's about the thing you know. What is it actually doing for you? What do you want more of in your life? Let me know. Yana says, so happy to teach freelancers all about design and branding. I'm just being pulled to do it. Amazing. So you're basically going into like business coaching, which is like, even that, you're still going to have to help coach people in certain things. Integrated and embodied. Carrie says, bam. Right? Like, tell me in the comments, like, what do you want more of in your life? Do you want more money? Do you want more romance? Do you want better health? Do you want more travel? More confidence? More love? Well, it's the journey to those things that make you the best mentor when you go after it and go figure it out. When you actually go on a journey of getting those things and you get it, it is you. There's a difference between people who say, I learned something versus I get it because I live it. Anybody can know stuff. Anybody can copy and paste stuff. The people that get paid the most are the people that get it because they're actually living it. Because they're actually out there gathering life experiences. And that's how we become wise. Hello, Sai, I'm late again. Sorry. That's okay, beautiful. Jamie, I'm totally here. Yes. Mima says, yes, create a goddess space. Yes. And then we have a boss space or a badass space. We have different spaces for different. There's a context to every single program I do, right? So there's going to be a mentorship space in the mentor program. The social media program will be a boss space for sure. But so like, you got to not just know things, guys. You got to actually get it and you got to go live it and you got to gather life experiences. And then that's why then as a mentor, there's no wobble. Like the biggest thing, like there are incredible people that know a lot of things, but people don't hire them because they're just like, I feel like you're not it. You're not really living it. The more that I learn with hyper focus, attention, the more I embody things, the more I take it into my life and have life experiences with it, the more magnetic I become. Everything I integrate makes me richer and happier. Everything. It's the only way to be an extraordinary coach, is to be an extraordinary student at the same time. You're not just one. It's like a duality as a mentor. You need to be the best, extraordinary, integrated student, which then leads you to being the best, extraordinary mentor with no caps to how much you can make and no caps to how much impact you can make. This is why I'm here. I'm a student first, then I'm a mentor. This is why I've always have said, like, if you're new to my programs, like, if you've like done programs with me and you've done different rounds, like, they're different. Why? Because I'm a student first. I don't just run a program, I'm done, and now I'm going to stop thinking about it and doing it. I'm like, no, how do I make it better? So then I go in my life and learn more, integrate things, learn things, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm adding this. And then it gets better and better and better. And I have people that have done like 4 rounds of my programs. I always have new things to say. I have new programs to create. It's why everything keeps evolving in my life and business. Why? Because I'm a present, fully integrated student. I'm the best student that there can be. I have the intentionality of like, this is going to change my life, and so be it. A mentor is always learning. If you tell me you're a mentor and you're like, I'm the best now, I'm the best, that means you have not stopped learning, because I don't say I'm the best. I don't think I'll ever be the best, because how could you be the best? There's so much to learn. There's so much evolution to be had. If you want to be a coach or a mentor who is paid a lot and people just come in your DMs and you don't even talk about that you have one-on-one or offer things, you have to make it your mission to be the best student of life for life. Because when you look at schools, the education stops at books. But real wisdom, life-changing wisdom, it comes from what has that thing done for you. If you want to be paid a lot as a mentor and a coach, your first intention is to be the best integrated student of life for life. And your intention's got to be like, I am one of the greats. I'm going to be the one of the wisest, most self-conscious, consciously aware, hyper-focused humans on the planet. Money is the byproduct of the person that you become. If you really learn to know and then you go live your life and experiences with the thing that you've learned, money will come. If you just learn things to know things, just to comprehend things, but you don't embody it, the money doesn't come. We often learn a code. We learn something. Oh my God, I learned something. And we go tell everybody else, but then we don't do it for ourselves. And then we're like, why aren't my posts and my copy like selling? Why aren't people hiring me? Did you take your own medicine? Or are you just saying this is the best thing, but you haven't taken it? Right? Like, the embodied coach mentor is undeniable. Like, the website, the email list, the sales page won't even matter when you are a person walking your talk. There is a magnetic energy about you when you show up, when you speak, when you just write one thing, because people can feel that you're embodied in your work. People feel it. And then they're going to ask you what you do, what you read, what you eat. I go places now and people like randomly start asking me like, what do I do? Or like they'll hear me like leaving like a Voxer message to a client. So I'm like, what do you do? Like, people ask me that all the time now. I find it so interesting. It's like they can feel there's something. There's something about this woman. What is it? I'm a mentor. I'm like the most self-led person that I know. It's not about just telling your story, guys, and sharing opportunities for people to work with you. Like, you don't need any of that if you are embodied and you're walking your talk. You don't have to worry about the fluff. You are it, and people know it. For those of you who are doing the coach program with you, it's not what it's called again, but this is just for now until I launch the branding and do all the epic things. But I'm going to teach you to build a coaching business that doesn't make sense on paper, that your CPA is going to be like, I don't get it. What? Like, I talk to some of my corporate friends now, their CPAs are like, what? And my CPA is like, what? I'm going to teach you to coach yourself, to become a self-led person, to coaching people, to walking to a 6-figure and beyond business that doesn't make sense on paper to your CPA. But before I teach you the things, this code that I keep talking about today, it's so freaking important. It's the most important one. You need to be the best, most integrated, excellent student. This has to land first. As coaches, we are always masterpieces and a work in progress all at the same time, all the time. There is no, I'm the best now, because if you're telling me you're the best, you have stopped learning. You have stopped being a student of life, because there's always learning to be done. Like, you need to be a masterpiece and you need to be a work in progress at the same time, a mentor and a student at the same time. It's a journey of becoming the best version of you. And when you are always being the best version of you, the world responds. People ask you, what do you do? What do you do? What is it? What is it about you? You just walk into places and people go, who is that? Something about her. Get a big calendar and get organized. Hell yeah. Always have a calendar. I struggle with being confident in what I actually know and do. I embody everything I do. 2 years of work. I have had insane results in my life. I doubt my knowledge sometimes. I feel like everyone knows sometimes. I need your new program. I've already elevated huge to come into your world. Ah, I got you. I got you. There's also a transitional, with entrepreneurship, it's up and down on the way up, right? And right now, Kelly, I don't know how much you've been posting, how long you've been posting that you're a coach. It could be just that right now you're still planting seeds and your little crops haven't grown yet. And that's all it is. But as long as you keep going and you are embodied in everything that you're teaching, it's just a matter of people being aligned in their timing, right? We can't tell people when to buy from us when they're ready. That's not how it works. This is why in the coaching industry, I never understand, why are we leaning in on people as a coach? That's so weird. It's like, hey, do you want to grow? Are you ready to be your best potential? I think that's so weird. If someone wants to change their life, they're gonna find you. And all you have to do is be the embodiment of the thing that they're looking for. You need to be the embodiment of the results. That's why I'm not pushing. I've never pushed anybody, or I'm on sales pages or sales calls. This is about human potential. If you want a transformation, you come find me. You come find me. And the coaching program, I'm gonna teach you that in the social media program. Oh my God, same. Okay, so it just might be a matter of a time, Kelly, but there could be other things, and we'll talk about it. Because if you're feeling like you doubt some knowledge sometimes, that might be the wobble that people feel, where it's like you're not feeling fully confident again. All right? So, Avril says, hold on, this comment's low. Avril says, I've always saved the videos so I can come back later and listen to them on my own. Amazing. So true, so true. Sign me up. Every time you speak, I learn something new. I have more aha moments. Oh my God, all these comments just posted up again. It went from 39, I think, to 70. Sorry, guys. So true. We seek out the person who embodies the thing we are looking for in ourselves. Yeah, that's why yesterday I was talking to you guys about how important it is to show the behind the scenes too. But then there's just an energy about you, right? So we're gonna really work on the social media program part, so you strategically get people to know how to buy from you. I'm gonna tell you all the things, how to market yourself. And in the coach program, tell you that you become one of those people that walk into a store and people are pulled to you for a reason, and it's because of this, because we're so self-led. People are desiring people who are self-led. It's the hardest thing to do, guys. And when you're doing it and you're self-mastered, you're just so freaking magnetic. You're so magnetic, right? So a lot of people tell me for sometimes one of the reasons that people love my coaching, it's not like I'm saying anything really new. It's sometimes I have this gift of saying something in a way that lands. And the reason that I believe that it lands and I have this activation gift is because I live it. It's truly the embodiment. That's why I don't have notes. I still have notes in programs, especially with my new programs, things that I want to make sure that I stay, I don't miss and talk about. But once I get talking about something, it's just blah, 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 blah. I just get going. Everyone in my family are sometimes hesitate to ask me things. They ask me something exciting and I'm blah, 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 right? But the reason things land sometimes, and people tell me all the time, I've heard this before, but somehow for some reason when you say it, it lands. I think it's because I'm embodied in it. No, I know it's because I'm embodied in it. I think other people just are taking programs, learning things in books, and they're like, I know stuff, I've Googled stuff, this is going to change your life. And it doesn't land the same way because it's not coming from a place of embodiment. I don't just learn something and then go tell people, right? When things blow my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta try this because and then I go do it. And then I, do it my way, innovate it, integrate it, and then I share it from that place. I have never had a more meaningful life than I do now. Like being a constant student of life, an integrated student, leading my life with this mentorship identity everywhere I go. Oh my gosh. Kelly says it's your gift. Yeah, it's part of my gift for sure, but it's because it comes from embodiment, truly. So this is an important code. So even if you don't want to be a coach, but you want to be a self-mastered person, you want to at least lead your family and your kids, because really, people don't listen to you until you're a role model. Like, people don't listen to what you have to say unless you're actually doing the thing. So what would your life look like if you walked with I have a coach identity. I am a mentor. Even if you never have like a plan to make a career out of this, what would your life look like? Like if you just took on this identity to be self-mastered, I am a role model, I am a mentor, I'm a coach. How would you speak to your partner? When there's something going on, how would you speak to your partner when you know I'm a mentor? How do I want to speak to my partner here? How would you speak to your kids? Knowing I'm a mentor. My kids are freaking out over here. My partner's doing something out of alignment here, but I'm a mentor. Do you see? Like there's an awareness that clicks in. It's like instead of being blah and doing whatever it is, it's like I'm a mentor. I'm a coach. How do I want to speak to my partner here? How do I want to speak to my kids here? How would you lead yourself that when you got triggered and you were frustrated by someone and you clicked in, I'm a mentor. How do I want to navigate this situation? How would you walk in the world knowing I am a mentor, I am a role model? How would you treat yourself and the people around you? How would you communicate? Regardless if you desire to be a mentor or career, if you want to be a self-mastered person, taking on this, I'm a mentor, I'm a role model, I'm a coach, this identity, oh my God, it's going to change your life. You are so, like when you're a coach and a mentor and you know you're a role model, you're so conscious and aware and so intentional. Like even as a parent, right? For those of you who are like, I want to be the best parent to my kids, because we very well know you can say a bunch of shit, but if you're not backing your talking, you're not walking your talk, like your kids don't really listen to you. They just watch you, right? So if you want to become a better parent, knowing that I'm a role model for my children, do you understand the hyper awareness that clicks in? They're freaking out, and instead you're like, I'm their role model. How do I want to guide them and lead them, right? Because you could be like, don't freak out. You could tell them a bunch of stuff, but until you're the type of person that's not freaking out and losing your shit and you're leading yourself intentionally, that's how your kids learn from you and you're role modeling it. Like, how do you want to say something? How do you want to do something? Like, there's a new level of consciousness that clicks in when you decide that I'm a mentor, I'm a role model, I'm a coach, and I walk with this identity everywhere I go. It's like a whole new level of standard in your life, an elevated one. And when you have this elevated standard, people are looking up to you, you're leading people, your life starts to shift at hyperspeed, because the biggest thing that changes our circumstances and reality is that we start becoming hyper aware of how we're carrying ourselves in our life. Everything responds to you. Everything responds to our energy. When you walk with an identity, I'm a mentor, I'm a coach, I'm a role model, I'm a leader, there's this awareness that clicks in before anything that you do, before anything that you say, before any decisions that you make and choices. When this clicks in, it's like, how do I want to navigate this? How do I want to speak to these people? How do I want to lead myself here? And it's universes apart. Hi, beautiful. I'll have to catch the replay. Mwah. The way you speak, the way you handle issues, the way you communicate with people, there's an elevated standard. And what did I say? And Tony Robbins says this, change your standards, change your freaking life. But we go first. We go first. And I truly believe when you start thinking, I'm a mentor, I'm a coach, I'm a role model, there's this consciousness, there's this elevated standard in everything you do. And then everything responds to you accordingly. Change your responses, change how the world responds to you. When I go places and I walk with my mentor identity and I'm a role model, it's like a wise, confident energy. I am emotionally intelligent. I'm so magnetic. People feel safe to be around me. Strangers often ask me, like, what do you do? There's a curiosity, there's a magnetism that pulls you, because literally everyone walking around the world needs mentorship. Even mentors have mentors. And when you feel this vibe from someone that's like self-led, they have this high standard, of course you want to sync up and calibrate to them. Being around someone who has high standard will elevate your standards so high. This is why you guys always hear, like, you start to become the people you hang around with. When you're trying to improve your life, but every single person around you, like, let's say you want to become fit and you want to start going to the gym, but everybody around you is like not about that. And then when you want to go to the gym, they're like, why? Just stay here, sit here. You start to calibrate down. But when you start hanging around with people who have a high level of standard, you sync up with them. They're not going to let you dip below that. And then you raise your standard, you change your life. You carry yourself differently. That's why people get around mentors, because it's like, oh my God, you remind me of my power. I'm calibrating and syncing up with your standard. Aha moment. Owning my identity. Bam. Bomb drop. There you go. There you go. This is it. This is it, guys. So I don't care if you don't ever want to be a coach, but if you're a self-led person and you walk around this identity, your standards are so high, and people are just magnetized to you, and they'll pay you whatever it is that your price is. So think about it. What would your life look like that before you made a decision, before you responded to something, before you made a choice, you had this thought of, I'm a role model, I'm a mentor, I'm a leader. How do I want to navigate this thing? How do I want to respond to this thing? And I guarantee, like, the response is going to be so much more different. The leader version of you is going to come out, and the response is going to be guaranteed to be world class. And everything responds to you. I actually challenge you. Try doing this for a week, just for fun. For fun, tell yourself every single day, I'm a leader, I'm a role model, people are watching me, I'm a mentor. How would you walk through your life? That level of awareness and consciousness, like, how would you, like, what would your standards be? Because I'm telling you, if you challenge yourself for a week, things are going to start shifting. But we don't do this. We're not very intentional with things like this. But challenge yourself. I'm a role model, and people are looking up to me, and I'm a leader. So every decision I make and everything I do and the way I talk and the way that I communicate needs to be world class. It's not about perfection, right? This is why awareness is so important, right? But the more aware you are, the more you start shifting things. Before I was paid to be a mentor, I took this identity on and led with it. And when my kids used to freak out and I would get frustrated, before the response came out, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the role model. Because when you're screaming at your kids because they're screaming, and you're like, don't be screaming, but you're screaming at them, like, you're the role model. So now you're like, mommy's telling me not to scream, but she's screaming. That's why they don't listen. But when you're like, I'm a mentor, I'm a role model, they're watching me, not listening to me, your response is different. That's why everything starts to shift. Like, when you're upset with your partner, you ask yourself, I am a mentor here, I'm a coach, I'm a leader. How do I want to speak to my partner here? My responses, my standards elevated so much, and my life started changing so quickly. Walking as a mentor has changed my life. I'm a role model. So how do I want to navigate these things that are happening? It's like next level. Try it on for a week, just for fun. If I'm a role model, what would my life look like? How would I speak? What would I do? You're going to start shifting because you're going to start holding yourself to a higher standard. And that's why programs and why mentors need mentors and coaches need coaches and why we need to be in group programs when we're shifting is because when you're in a container of people that hold you to a high standard, naturally you sync up to that standard. When everybody in your group have the exact same excuses, where you're like, well, I have 3 kids and one's crying, and then in that group program, there's 2 other women, so do I, and I'm still here doing it, it's going to elevate your standards. But when you're only hanging out with people, I don't want to go to the gym, like, you're going to calibrate down. Like, you shift so much faster when you're surrounded by people who have a high standard. You just naturally sync up. And then my power reminds you of your power. Her power reminds you of your power. There is no excuses. There is no nothing because it's like she did it. She's got the same excuses, but she's doing it. He did it. And then it's just like Okay, radical responsibility. Like, I'm doing it. There's a magnetic energy around someone who's got this role model, mentor identity. They feel so safe. How could they not? How could they not when they're carrying themselves world class? Since embodying this high level standard in my life, I haven't snapped or gotten lippy or lost it on anyone in years and years. And if you're serious about being a mentor or a coach, I want to take this even further with you. If you want to live and be self-led and self-mastered, I want you to start living your life like this. This is the first thing. You need to be the first code is you need to be the best student, integrated, hyper-focused, set yourself up for success. If you know you're a scattered mind, timer, clean up your house, like set yourself up for success, because the best student is hyper-focused and intentional. That's the first thing, okay? And the second thing that makes you an incredible mentor, where there's no limits to how much you're going to be compensated, there's no limits to how much impact you can have, is that you need to live your life like this. Like God and universe and your best client is watching you like a fly on the wall. Or you can do it this way. I talked about this a lot in my career, but live your life like you're on the Truman Show. What if everybody's watching you? Who are you behind closed doors? Who would you be? How would you carry yourself if you were on the Truman Show? How do you lead yourself if your best client is a fly on the wall? And this is where that embodiment piece clicks in, because it's so easy to show up on a camera, know a bunch of stuff, speak really well. But that's not what makes you money, because people can feel if you're embodied. It's different when you're embodied and you lead yourself the way that you talk on camera. You need to be the same person you are on and off camera. I don't need sales pages or long bios. I just walk with this identity publicly and behind closed doors. Like when things happen and like I have a moment that I'm triggered, I think if my best client was a fly on the wall right now and God, universe is watching me right now, how do I want to lead this so that they're proud? I live in a small town. Everyone is watching me. There you go. There you go. But it's like, think about that. You know, I talk a lot about like energetic matches. It's just like, you want all these things from people, but are you that kind of person behind closed doors? Or you just put a nice facade? Or you just boom for the camera? Who are you behind closed doors? This is why, like, you wonder why are people hiring certain people so much? They don't even have sales pages. They're not even talking about it. It's like, because you can tell, you can feel it. There's an energy, and universe, God is watching you all the time. So if you're on camera being like, I'm going to teach you this, and I am the best at this, blah, 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 but then you turn off the camera and you fucking go sit, and you go sit down and you're just watching Netflix and you're scrolling and comparing and you're doing all the things that are opposite of what you say you're doing on camera, that's why there's a veil over you. That's why God, universe, is not sending you clients, because why would it? Why? If you're not actually the person that's leading yourself in the things that you're doing. Integrity is everything. You don't need sales posts, long posts, sales pages, sales calls. You walk with this identity on camera, off camera. Lead yourself like your best client is a fly on the wall, like you're on the Truman Show. I'm telling you, your standards and how you walk in life is going to be so different. This hit. Yes. I think all the time, my best client was on the fly. How would I deal with this right now? And would they be proud? Like, but again, like, you want to talk about the universe and universal protection? If you're not having the actual thing that you're selling, even with your product, you're saying it's the best product you're not using, God is a fly on the wall and he's watching you right now. The universe is watching you right now. And that's why there's a veil over you, protecting the buyer, protecting you too. Because how are you going to give someone results when you're actually not embodied in it? Wow, just connected the dots. Yes, I love it. I love breakthroughs online. This is going to be amazing. And we're going to have a lot of breakthroughs in the coach program, because we're going to talk a lot about ourselves first. So in this coach program, I'm going to talk about everything, because you have to be a self-mastered person, especially in the things that you're teaching. I'm going to talk about, first of all, healing yourself, energetics. I'm going to teach you different modalities, right? That work that I find work, I can teach you different ones and you can choose what you want, right? It's all about innovating, right? Learning what works and then innovating what's better, right? I always say, take what you like, leave the rest. You don't like the way I'm saying this thing? Say it different, right? It's got to land for you, right? But I'm going to teach you how to carry yourself in a world-class way so that you don't need to sell yourself. People just hire you and you're like, it's like magic. People come in my DMs. I don't even promote my one-on-one. When I have spaces coming up, I'll just do like in my stories, but they're not like in my posts, not like a long sales post promoting it all the time, but people are always coming in. I have a whole bunch of messages, actually, my VA told me. There's a lot of messages, still engagement messages I haven't gone through, but tomorrow's the day. I'm sitting down doing it. But she was telling me there's like 5 one-on-one messages, and I talked to another lady that's all in too, right? And it's just like, did I talk about it in the last few days? No, but you guys feel the embodiment. I walk my talk. And if you follow me in my Insta stories, again, this is the social media part, like you're seeing it in real time. I have an amazing relationship. I have the body. I'm doing the work. I'm leading myself. I'm showing up. I'm making the money. People are jumping in. I actually, there's the proof. But I will be answering DMs tomorrow for everybody that's messaged me, okay? So I love you. Stay patient. Thank you. Because I still want to be connected to you. I don't want my VA answering certain messages. I want to be connected to my people, right? So we're going to do a lot of identity work in the coach program at the beginning. We're going to drastically change things. We're going to improve your quality of life. We're going to raise your standards, okay? This is going to be really important, especially because, again, people need to feel from you that you're actually a mentor. And, again, when you're a mentor, like, everyone's safe. Your partner, your kids, family, friends, everyone will be positively impacted by you. When we walk and talk world-class standards, how can your life not exponentially change for the better and everybody around you? Being an excellent mentor gets compensated a lot, and it starts with the understanding that the first code we talked about today is you've got to be a lifelong student, the best student that you can possibly be, fully integrated and embodied, always learning, always integrating, always doing introspection, always innovating, always looking to learn more. You've got to be like student of life. In the coach program, I'm going to teach you how to coach. I'm going to teach you how to create your body of work. I'm going to teach you how to create programs, offers, like different way to have a coaching business that actually suits your life, because everyone has different ones. You can do self-paced programs, you can do live programs, you can do masterminds, you can just do one-on-one coaching. There are no limits to what you can do. You can have it all, you can do it all, you can teach it all, but you can only teach the things you've embodied. That's like integrity first, right? So I want to leave you with a little piece of advice for those of you who are coaches. The most important thing that we're doing every single day is working on our body of work. Right? All of us have codes and keys and perspectives and modalities and things that have changed our life and stories that have changed our life and experiences, right? So first thing you need to do, like if you want to start, let's say like you're starting out and you want to figure out what I want to teach, like I want to niche yourself out, you want to create a program. The way that you create programs, we're obviously going to talk about the program, but what's the codes that have changed your life? Because like I want you to get started right now. Like if you're feeling this, get out there right now and start posting about it. Like, let's start building our body of work. Like, the first thing you teach is, like, what are the codes that changed my life, that I actually do, that I am, that I walk and talk and breathe this code? And then the second way, like, when I create programs, I look at myself, okay, all right, I'm going to teach this thing. What are the things that really changed my life? What did I learn? What's the strategies? What's the things? And then, as I'm building out my program, I always focus on, like, what are people asking me a lot about? Like, when I have people ask me the same thing all the time and I'm repeating myself, I always know that's a code and that needs to be shared. That's why I think sell, because it's like, I'm not like I'm doing market research, but I'm paying attention. That's why I love doing lives. I'm asking, like, and I love when people comment and things like that because I'm paying attention, guys. So when I build out a program, it's my personal codes that have helped me get the results that I have, and then I pay attention. Okay, what are people asking me about? What are people what am I repeating a lot of? And then I'm like, people need to know more of this. And then that's why I post the way I do or create the things I do, because it's like people need this and I know that this has helped me. But I don't do market research, but I listen and I pay attention. Listening, number one rule for being a mentor and coach, you need to listen. But when things are being repeated in your life, so even for those of you, if you've been on the edge, like I want to be a coach, I think this is something I want to do, like are you the one of those people that like people always ask you for advice, and then pay attention? What are they always asking you for advice for? Because whatever they're asking you advice that's being repeated, it's something that you've embodied and they want to know. They feel it from you. They know that you know what it is. So start writing that stuff down. Start journaling it out. And then I'm going to teach you how to create actual programs. But this is like your pre-work if you want to start thinking. What's my thing? What do I want to start teaching about? Well, what are you embodying right now? What's changed your life? What are you constantly repeating to people? Okay? Grab your journal. Start tracking. What are people asking me the most about? What am I constantly repeating all the time? What are my codes? Then you journal it out. Then what's the story? Why did you start this thing? And then start posting that stuff. This is where we're gonna start like building your audience. Journaling as a coach is so important. Like, we want to get better every single day. So I'll tell you when I'm launching it. So next week, a week today, we're starting the social media program. It is 3 weeks long. So in a week. And then that week, the last module, a few days later, I'm going to Europe for 2 weeks. And then as soon as I come back, I'm launching the coach program. But you have no idea how perfect timing this is, Elena. You're my activator and inspiration. Oh, I'm so happy, Jade. So this is why this round only, because I want you guys to get started, I'm going to be including Magnetic Mind into the bundle. If you buy the coach program, there's a different name and there's going to be a graphic and all the things, but we're going to put links. It's just going to say coach program in different bundles. I'll talk about it in a second, but when you jump into this round, because I'm going to be away, I want you to start doing work on yourself. And I think the most foundational program that I created, where it will teach you all the modalities that I use, where it's like the biggest codes that changed my life, especially at the beginning, the subconscious mind, healing, emotional intelligence, like Magnetic Mind is going to be given to you as a bonus. And you're going to be, after the social media program, because that's also included in the coach program, you're going to do that with me for 3 weeks live. Then you're going to be led into Magnetic Mind, and you're going to do that work on your own as I'm away for 2 weeks. And then I'm launching coach, and then we're diving in. Because I said, like, you got to be self-mastered. You got to clean up your energy. Like, as a mentor and as a coach, we need clean energy. Like, we need clean energy, which means you can't be doing some self-sabotaging things. You can't be triggered nonstop. Like, we got to be self-led. So I thought Magnetic Mind would be the most incredible foundational program for you guys to start as a bonus, right? So if you're already in that program, you're going to go do it again and start doing the work. I'm going to be adding a module into that program as well. You're going to get that, and then I'm going to come back, and then we're going to start the coach program. So there's not a date yet. I'm going to be coming back the 28th, but it's going to be sometime the week after. But you're going to have a lot of stuff to work through, because with the social media program, you also get influencer effect. And I don't care if you've done it, you're going to go redo it again. Part of integration, listen again. Trust me, every time you listen to my calls, I sprinkle a lot of codes. And sometimes we're not ready for certain things. Sometimes we don't hear it yet. Our brain's not there yet. But when you go back, you're going to listen. Okay? So next week, next Thursday, we're starting the social media program. Then, for those of you who are doing the coach program, you're going to do that. Then you're going to do Magnetic Mind. And then we're going into the coach program. And then you'll have influencer effect too. Okay? But I'm going to give you more details and pricing in a second. Perfect and aligned timing. Oh, I'm okay. I'm so happy, guys. What was I going to say? Okay, so you also have a story, right? What's your story? Why did you want to become a coach? So think about the code that you listened, okay? What was the void that you got yourself out of, right? Because you all have stories right now. You do. You have stories right now, and if you just focus on the things that have changed your life, you start journaling on them, and you lead yourself like your best client, and the universe is watching you like the Truman Show, like a fly on the wall, it's inevitable. It's inevitable that you're going to start attracting people into your life, and there's going to be a vibe about you. And then it's all about trusting your evolution. That's why, Kelly, I was saying maybe there is something wobbly, like, but there's also like, we just have to keep walking until people are ready. It's not our decision when people can buy from us, right? So trust your timing, like think about movies, guys. Have you ever watched a movie where it was really slow and boring, but then it turned out to be incredible at the end? Yes. Have you ever watched a movie that was like really bad at the beginning and the hero went through a lot of shit and a lot of storms, but then like it was so inspiring and mind-blowing at the end? You have. Your life is like that. It's like a movie. So which story is your story? Every day we decide the direction our life is going in. Perfect in timing. True. I did that with Goddess Code calls. The replays gave me more because I picked up things I didn't the first time. Yeah. Sometimes, like, that's why I say everyone's process is different. We're all here to learn something, to heal something, and then once you heal it, you go back and re-listen to my programs, you're gonna hear different things. But when you're focused on changing one aspect of your life, you're gonna really be hyper focused on a certain code or a certain module, on a certain something in the program. Once you heal it, you go back, but you will hear different things, especially because we're all at different levels. But go back, because I promise you, even these master classes, go back and re-listen to them when you are focused in a clean space, so you can be actually there. Okay? But every day, guys, we decide the direction our life goes in. You know, like, I would live your life like, what's the story you want to tell going forward, and that this is the beginning of your story right now. This coach program is not going to just change your life. It's going to change everybody's life around you. There is no limits to your evolution. There's no limits to how much money impact you can make. It's the greatest career vocation that you can have. And being in my energy the next few months, you're going to sync up with my standards. My power will remind you of your power every single day. Group programs, really why I love them and why I love live group programs is they're mini micro environments that mimic the outside world. It's actually so mind-blowing how fast people can transform in a very controlled environment. Like, think about like shows like The Biggest Loser. They're calibrating. They're in a controlled environment. Like, everybody's reminding them of their power, their standards. That's why people shift so quickly when they're in controlled environments versus when they're just alone and they're trying to go through self-development alone. You can do it on your own. But it's really hard when everybody surrounds you is like a crab pulling you back into the bucket. That's what crabs do. You put crabs in a bucket. One tries to get out, they'll pull you down. You lower your standards when you hang around with people with lower standards. But when you start hanging around controlled environments where people have high standards, where they lead themselves through the hardest things, when they have the exact same excuses you do and they're doing the thing, you elevate. Because she's doing it, why can't I do it? Right? In my programs, the women that you're going to hang out with are incredible, and they're going to continue to remind you of your power, and we're going to sync up in energy. So the real name of the coach program is not there, but right now, because this is a 2-month program, this is going to be the pre-sale. This is a 2-month program with a mastermind component. I'm trying to think if we're going to do one call, like a 30-minute call a week, or we're going to do 1-hour call once every 2 weeks, but we'll have a mastermind, so which will be amazing because it's going to be like hot seat coaching, whatever's coming up. But you're going to be learning a lot in this program. This is a big program. It's $2,222 in full, which gets you the social media program, magnetic mind, and influencer effect, and 2 months with me and masterminding, which is like mind-blowing. This is the pre-sale right now. Until I fully go on the launch, it's going to go up. You can 100% do a payment plan. I'm very flexible with my payment plans. You just have to message me, payment plan, okay? So it includes a social media program. Then I'm on vacation, so you're going to be binging on magnetic mind and influencer effect. And then we're going to dive in, and there's going to be epic branding. I'm waiting for my photos. We did some awesome stuff, okay? But, like, I want you to first focus on cleaning up your energy. Cleaning up your energy. And then today's code is also a pre-bonus to this program, like being the best student, setting up for yourself for success, starting to, like, bring awareness for the rest of your life now. I'm a mentor. I'm a role model. I'm a leader. People are watching me because I'm on the Truman Show. How do I want to lead myself? Your life, just with that, could shift, whether you want to be a coach or not. Because, of course, you're going to lead yourself differently, and your response are going to be differently. Okay? So this is really important. So it's 2 months. I'm going to give you dates and times, right? I'm trying to figure out when we're coming back, when I'm going to get the launch, and stuff like that. So my beautiful VA Annie, which I got to introduce you guys to her eventually. She's incredible. So these are the bundles that are coming up, and I'm going to explain them to you right now. So I am going to be running another round of Goddess Code, Badass Mode, and Soulful Sales, and you can do all three. I think it's 222, okay? So one bundle, and I'm going to write it all out for you guys. There's going to be a link and payment plans. Yes, this program has payment plans. Very, very flexible. You can do weekly installments. You can do like a 5-month installment. I'm very, very flexible. You just DM me. I'm very flexible. I trust you, and I love this work. So just DM payment plan, and we'll set you up, and we can start doing that. So the first bundle is the social media bundle, and the social media bundle includes a social media program and Soulful Sales, okay? Soulful Sales is $888, and the social media program right now is $555, but you get both for $1,111. You can do payment plans as well. Yes, payment plans via PayPal. Yes. Then there's the online coach bundle, which includes the coach program, the social media program, Magnetic Mind, Soulful Sales, and the Influencer Effect master course. It's $3,333. You can also do a payment plan. These are going to be written out so you know what you're getting in there, okay? And then the coach program alone on pre-sale is $2,222. Again, Magnetic Mind, Influencer Effect, and includes the social media program. Okay, but this will be written out, so she's working on it right now for me, and then we're going to post it in the group. We're also still doing the draw, so you still have a chance to either win 50% off, which you can use towards a bundle, or one of you is going to get a free program, and then that's going to be amazing. And also for anybody who's already bought the social media program, that percentage will be taken off the coach program because it is included for you, okay? So don't worry about that. I got you. I'm so excited for those of you who already jumped in. Like, I love new programs. It's going to be such a different vibe. There's going to be new contexts. There's going to be amazing things. Yes, I'm done too. Don't worry. I'm getting off this because I'm going to go pee and go drink some water, and then I'm going to go live about the social media program. So maybe I'm going to say probably in 10 minutes or so. If you want to hop on there, I'm just going to give a quick little riff when it's starting, how long it is, a little bit of like, what are you going to learn in there? And then I just want you to trust. Just trust. If you're ready and you're pulled into this, let's go. I'm really excited. So much magic is coming. Okay? Amazing. Okay. So I love you. So if you need payment plans, just DM me and just make the heading payment plan. Me and my VA are going to go through there because I want to make sure tomorrow I'm sitting down and responding to all the engagement messages because I love you and I'm so grateful for all of you. And then there's a lot of questions about coaching and stuff like that. So I will be responding to DMs. Stay patient. So on Sunday, I have a beautiful call with my client Sherry at 10 o'clock. And then I'm thinking at 11 or 11:30, I'll post a time in the group. We will do the draw. We will do any Q&A. And then I just kind of want to get off that live and do just a live where I'm not going to be answering questions, but maybe at the end, but I want to just do a live where I explain all the programs and what's coming. And I'm going to literally do timestamps. I think we need this, and I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. So that way, instead of having a sales post, you're just going to listen to me riff for like a couple of minutes, what this program is about, when it's coming, how much does it cost, what you're going to learn, just a little bit of fluff so you know what you're getting. But I'm excited. A lot of magic happening. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your love. Just share this live as a chance to win. Yeah, you could just take a picture, tag me on social media, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. I'm also on LinkedIn. Or you can take the graphics, self-made, and tag me anywhere. And then I'm going to, for all the tags that you had, I already put them in a highlight. My VA has them too. We're just going to draw. First winner is going to get a free tuition to any program. And then second and third place get 50% off on any programs or a bundle, which is pretty crazy. I'm so glad you launched YouTube. Me too, right? So that way you don't have to always be linked into Facebook. And so what we're also going to be doing too is taking a lot of, for those self-paced programs that you guys are in, like Magnetic Mind, Influencer Effect, if you guys want those links on an unlisted YouTube thing, we're going to be emailing them out too. So a lot of fun stuff's happening. I'm finally like really evolving the business. A lot of things are coming, and my team is like, you know, growing my team and trying to hire another person. So I'm excited because you guys are gonna like really sync up with this exciting energy. There's just so much happening, and it's cool to watch how much I've evolved and expanded because I could never like do all this launching and all this stuff before. But this is why this works amazing. We get better and better and better. Like I can't even imagine who I will be, what I will know, how I will speak, how I'll show up like 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Like it blows me away. And again, like this is where the fulfillment comes, guys. Loving what you freaking do, always learning and evolving. It's the thing, guys. People think it's like the money, it's the relationship, but then you get bored. But when you have a life where you're constantly bettering yourself, a student of life, like becoming the best version of yourself, evolving, how do you get bored? Like your life just keeps getting better. Like you're happier, everything grows. So I'm really excited. I'm so excited to do this coach program. I'm so excited for the social media program. And yeah, so I'm going to stop talking now. All these lives are supposed to be an hour, but they all end up being an hour and a half, but that's okay. I love you guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for tagging. If you feel like someone needs to hear this, add them to the group, tag them in. And then, yeah, just pay attention. My VA will be posting links, what's going to be included in the bundles. And then, yeah, I'll post the time for the draw on Sunday. I'm going to think it's probably going to be around 11:30 is what I'm thinking. So I'll see you guys live again. Okay. This has been amazing today. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I know time is precious, so I'm really grateful that you spent this time with me. And I love you all. Have a beautiful day. So you guys can keep sharing and tagging until 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday. And then I'm going to close it off. And we're going to put all the names in the draw. And we'll do the draw and any Q&A that you guys have. Okay? All right. I'm pasted. I got to go pee. But I love you. And thank you. And yeah, I'm recording this on YouTube too. It's okay. Be yourself. Be yourself. Yeah. Okay. Mwah. Have a beautiful day, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you live on my personal page if you want to come listen to me talk about the social media program in probably 10 minutes. Mwah.